Have you ever wondered how natural resources have shaped our lives and have shaped the entire history of humanity? Well, welcome to Terra Lab. This is an area where we explore, in part, this long history of the relationship between natural resources and human evolution. In this area here, we start with a simple concept. At some point in history, one of our ancestors found something metallic. And evolution in our relationship with mined materials began. And as it did, we developed a greater and greater thirst for these materials. Until eventually, we reached a point where we were accessing so many of these materials that it became apparent we were having a very large negative impact on the environments from which we were taking them. One of the big pieces we have in here behind me is our living wall, which is a representation of natural spaces, as you might expect. But it also represents something else that's fundamental to our new understanding about mined resources and our environment. And that's the fact that plants, like us, are natural miners. You already knew this. Whenever you thought, I should eat my spinach because it's high in iron, well, that's because spinach plants naturally absorb iron from the soil and collect it into their leaves, making it available to you when you eat it. But that's not the only place that we see this kind of thing happen. What if there were plants that naturally accumulate, or to use the correct language, hyperaccumulate materials of value to us, such as gold? Now, we may not want to mine the plants for the gold, but if we know the gold can be found in the plants that's in the soils, we can then use that knowledge to test the plants to determine what's in the ground. This allows us a way to determine places where we might want to mine with having minimal impact on the environment while we're making that assessment. We're learning to tread lightly. On the other end of the spectrum, it also allows us to restore the lands after we're done. If we can study the lands, know what species are there before we disturb the land, and we know what plants to put back, including those that will recover any toxins that we might stir up in our mining processes, it allows us to restore far more diverse and robust ecosystems post-mining. Once again, this is the transition in mining from mine and move to becoming stewards of the land. And this is the big story that we share here in Terra Lab.